So good morning again. On behalf of everyone at Sullair, thank you for joining us this morning. Today is a historic day. We are gathered to celebrate the groundbreaking of the single largest investment Sullair has ever made in North America. And what a fitting day for this ceremony. Today is National Manufacturing Day. Held on the first Friday of each October, National Manufacturing Day is designated to commemorate and showcase the work manufacturers do daily and to educate the public on how important manufacturing is to the local, national, and global economy. We could not be more pleased to open our doors to all of you this morning as we break ground on our expansion project and further reinforce our commitment to Michigan City. We are pleased to welcome all of our invited guests, including representatives from Access LaPorte County, Center for Workforce Innovations, Centier Bank, City of Michigan City, Compress Air, Dunes Arts Foundation, Economic Development Corporation, Michigan City, Great News.Life, Hitachi, Indiana Economic Development Corporation, Ivy Tech, Lefco, Michigan City Area Schools, Michigan City Chamber of Commerce, Michigan City Council, Michigan City News Dispatch, Michigan City Police and Fire Departments, Mirage Studio, NIPSCO, PNC Bank, SEH, Sarah Solutions, State of Indiana, U.S. Congress, Visit Michigan City LaPorte, WEFM, and WSBT 22. We'd also, thank you. We'd also like to welcome representatives from Ton & Blank, our general contractor for this project. There could not have been a more fitting partner. Both Sullair and Ton & Blank have roots that run deep in Michigan City. Ton & Blank since 1922, and Michigan City since 1965. Both bring an unwavering commitment to bettering the communities in which we live and work. And that is exactly what this project will do. Thank you again for joining us this morning. And at this time, please welcome Sullair President and CEO, Jack Carlson.
Good morning. Well, I just stand up here smiling. This is such a special day. I'm just so pleased. I just walked through the factory and so happy for Michigan City, so happy for LaPorte County, the great state of Indiana, and maybe even on a broader scale for the Midwest in general, given all the times and tribulations and that's been endured for the past 20 or 30 years. This is a very special day. So on behalf of Sullair worldwide, I want to thank you for joining us today on this very special occasion. This groundbreaking ceremony, it marks the beginning of the expansion of our Michigan City campus. It's our home and North American headquarters since 1965, as many of you know. In our nearly 55 years of business now, this $30 million investment, and it will be probably around $30 million given typical overruns. We'll try our best to keep it with Mike Aoki here close to the 30, but it will be our largest on record, if not one of them. So here in Michigan City, we manufacture compressors for construction and industrial applications. So portable to stationary compressors, and thousands of portable compressors and industrial compressors, they roll off our assembly line and they're transported to our distributor partners and end users throughout the world. And I've traveled and I've seen them in Europe, Middle East, Africa, anywhere in Latin America, and yes, even Australia. You'll see, if you see orange ones around here, they're called a champion brand and they go to Australia. So what you're doing here, what we're doing here, is really helping and benefit mankind throughout the world. And with this investment, this number will only grow, how many compressors we make and sell. And since our acquisition by Hitachi in July of 2017, we've been fortunate enough to experience really tremendous growth. We were just talking in the car on the way over here, and we've grown over 30% just in the first 2 years, and that's on a global basis. So soon we'll be in a position to expand upon where we are today and improve our assembly and manufacturing facilities, our capacities. We'll be able to improve the existing facilities and provide some much needed additional parking space for our employees. And at the same time, make sure that our testing remains best in class. And these are all paramount to our business, but the project we're starting here today is more than just a new building, and I can't emphasize that enough. It's more than just new additional space and state-of-the-art testing equipment and parking. You know, we view this in a much broader context, we at Sullair and at Hitachi as well. It's an important piece of our greater effort to connect to and enhance communities around the world. It truly is. It's one of Hitachi's mantras. So whether it's one of our portable compressors that come off the line and heads to a rental yard and gets used in the highway construction so that people can get to their jobs more safely, or whether it's an oil-free product that we ship that helps keep contaminants out of food so people, when they eat their meals at night at home, they can do so safely. So these are the role we play with compressors. It's not just providing compressed air power. And we're basically in every vertical market and every industry, and we remain very cognizant and diligent of our opportunities to positively impact society as a whole. You know, for this reason, especially, the word groundbreaking stands for far more than the literal breaking of ground. It represents commitment. A commitment to the local community, both Michigan City and LaPorte County. Many call LaPorte County one of the compressor capitals of the world. And many of you may not realize that, but it truly is. And going around the world, this is a very big hub for compressor manufacturing. We're confident this investment will help ensure that LaPorte County maintains this reputation, not just for today, but for generations to come. Just as many of our employees have committed up to 30 to 40 years of their career to Sullair, we are reciprocating our commitment to both our current and future employees. This investment will open up additional career opportunities for our current employees and local residents. We also expect to add more than 30 new full-time jobs, and I might say, I inserted here, more full-time Hoosier jobs here in Michigan City. This is on top of the hundreds we've added since our acquisition by Hitachi. And lastly, we're demonstrating our commitment to our distributors and our end users. Along with Hitachi, we will be in a position to better meet our customers' ever-evolving needs and expectations. We must continue to be bold, we must be innovative, and we must provide our customers with solutions that exceed their expectations. Yeah, people know me, they know I disdain parity. Our goal in life here is to develop sustainable competitive advantages in everything that we do. This project will help us do just that, and we're excited to get started. I really want to thank you all for coming out here today. It means so much to Sullair, all our employees, to Hitachi. Personally, I'm very grateful to Mike Aoki and the board of directors at Hitachi for approving this investment. Without them, this would not have happened. So with that, I'm going to close and just thank you again for celebrating with us this morning, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I can't remember such a beautiful day here. I wish every day was like this. So when I come back, please keep it just like this. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jack. Before I introduce our next speaker, as Jack mentioned, none of this would be possible without Hitachi. And I think earlier this year, Jack described it perfectly. When Hitachi acquired Sullair in 2017, it gave Sullair a home. So please welcome Mike Aoki, Hitachi Executive Vice President and Sullair Chairman.
Thank you, Stephanie, for my nice introduction. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much to all distinguished guests attending today's groundbreaking ceremony. I'm very happy to be here today to share this special moment. 2 years ago, when Sullair became a Hitachi Group company, I was here too and shared the excitement and the confidence that we can grow more together. This new investment is the biggest expansion ever in the Sullair history, and it shows Hitachi's commitment for our compressor business growth. We cannot succeed with this investment without the continuous support of all partners attending today's ceremony. And I appreciate very much for the strong support from the state of Indiana and the Michigan City. At the closing of my speech, I would like to express Hitachi's commitment to contribute the community and the society through our sustainable business growth here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aoki-san. Next, we would like to welcome Luke Vaso, Senior Operations Director with the Office of Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Mike. As Stephanie said, my name is Luke Vaso. I'm the Governor's Senior Advisor on Economic Development and Infrastructure. On behalf of the Governor, I'm excited to be here today. These type of events are fun for me to fill in on, especially with companies like Sullair that have such deep Indiana roots. We don't take these announcements for granted. We work every day to make sure that we foster a great business environment and we make it easy for these types of decisions. The Governor and Secretary Schellinger are over in India right now on a mission trip, but just last month they met with Hitachi officials in Japan to continue the great relationship that we have. Thank you to Sullair and Hitachi for continuing to take Indiana to the next level, and I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Luke. And finally, we have Michigan City Mayor Ron Muir.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and what an honor and a pleasure to be here this morning. I'd like to start off by saying congratulations to Hitachi Sullair and your commitment here in Michigan City, Indiana. Congratulations, everyone here. Let me start out by saying that in 1965, when Sullair first came to Michigan City, I was 1 year old at that time, so I've been here from the beginning, I guess, and been here in Michigan City my entire life. But as I look at today, I look at Sullair, Hitachi Sullair, their roots getting even deeper in Michigan City. Their commitment to the community here in Michigan City, Indiana, is just great. And then we know that with this, and I listen between the lines sometimes, this is the beginning of expansion. There could be further expansion in many years to come here as Hitachi Sullair's success around the world continues. I want to thank them also today for the 500 plus employees and potentially adding another 30 to 40 employees of good paying jobs in our community with good health benefits and good future benefits for progression within the company so that you can move up. And there is, a great commitment to our community also in training programs as Hitachi Sullair is working with Michigan City Area School System and the City of Michigan City and offering training at our high school level so that we can have people that are ready, work ready for the air compressor industry throughout LaPorte County and Michigan City. So a very proud day, and I look forward to the construction and watching the progression of this great company and the commitment that they have here in Michigan City. Thank you all that are involved.
Thank you, Mayor Beer. At this time, we'll begin our turning of soil ceremony, so our participants can grab their hard hats and shovels, and then we'll line up behind the dirt. But before we begin the ceremony, we'd like to first introduce two very special members of the Sullair family. If you were to walk through the plant and talk to any Sullair employee, you would be hard-pressed to find someone who hadn't worked with the Odious family. And for good reason. 9 members and 3 generations of the Odious family have worked for Sullair. This totals more than 200 years of service. Well deserved. Currently, 4 members of the Odious family are employed by Sullair: George, Ben, Bernard, and Philip. This morning, we are honored to have George and Ben, father and son, participate in the turning of soil. George, a team lead in Building 2, has worked for Sullair for more than 43 years. George had always hoped that one day he could share his pride in Sullair with his son, Ben. In the 1990s, George would bring his then young son, Ben, to family picnics and Bring Your Child to Work Day. In 2016, George's wish came true when Ben joined Sullair as a manufacturing engineer in our rotor shop. From a young age, George's mother would make pies each week to bring the family together and talk about any topic, but Sullair was always primary. George's father also worked for Sullair. After his mother passed, George found a bakery who made pies like his mother and continued the tradition with his own family. George then began bringing a weekly pie to Sullair and giving it to a colleague who inspired him that week and embodied his mother's legacy. Just last month, George gave away his 600th pie. When colleagues are asked to describe the Odious family, it's no surprise they offered words and phrases such as humble, prideful, passion for people, willingness to help others, deep trust in the product and organization, and they bleed green. In George's case, not only Sullair green, but also Green Bay Packers green. We'll let it slide. This expansion project represents the hard work and effort of all Sullair employees, from those on the shop floor to those in the office and those in the field. So what better way to represent that this project is for all Sullair employees than to include 2 employees who embody the Sullair spirit. At this time, please welcome George and Ben Odious. You guys can come up. Yeah, definitely. Grab a shovel and hat. And then we'll start lining you up behind the dirt. Joining George and Ben in the turning of soil ceremony will be Mike Aoki, Hitachi Executive Vice President and Sullair Chairman. Larry Bala, architect from Ton and Blank. Luke Vaso, Senior Operations Director from the Office of Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb. Pat Boy, Indiana State Representative, District 9. Jack Carlson, President and CEO of Sullair. Katie Eaton, President of the Michigan City Chamber of Commerce. Mike Guido, Chief Financial Officer at Sullair. Clarence Hulse, Executive Director at Economic Development Corporation, Michigan City. Chad McKeever, Senior Director of Operations at Sullair. Ron Meir, Michigan City Mayor. Don Presbelinski, Michigan City Council President. Charlie Takeuchi, Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President at Sullair. And Henry Tanaka, Senior Vice President, Global Operations and Product at Sullair. We'll go ahead and wait for a minute for any photo opportunities here before we take the first dig. Okay, go ahead and stick the shovel in and take the first dig.
I don't know.
Round of applause. One more time, okay. One more time.
Shovels in? Okay. All right. Shovel out.
All good? Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right, everyone can go ahead and have a seat except for Charlie.
Let's put it back on the table.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the parties you guys put on the last couple years. Yes.
What an MC. Oh, which one is mine? Thank you. You too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and for our final closing remarks, please welcome again Sullair Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President, Charlie Takeuchi.
Thank you, Stephanie. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for coming out and joining this ceremony this morning. It was a great weather. It's, Michigan City is, I was talking with Mayor Mio. Michigan City has always a better weather than Chicago. Part of the reason why we are in Michigan City. But again, thank you very much for joining this ceremony, and we are so excited that this project gets started. And we are all looking forward. Hitachi, Sullair, all the members are looking forward to growing together with the community. So thank you very much once again. For the media people, if you want to have more information, David Andrew and Stephanie takes care of the any interviews or information. And while this concludes our ceremony, we have some light snacks and the refreshment in the tent. So please feel free to join us and mingle with the community and the Sullair-Hitachi members. Thank you very much, everybody. This concludes the ceremony. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.